Hello everyone, today we are going to cover chapter number 8 summary of Srimad Bhagwad Geeta, and it talks about the eternal being, the God. So it states like that. Arjun said, O Krishna, who is the eternal being? What is the nature of the eternal being? What is karma? Who are the mortal beings and who are the divine beings? Who is super soul and how does he dwell into the body? How can you be remembered at the time of death by those who have control over their minds, O Krishna? The Supreme Lord said, the immutable spirit is called eternal being or God. The nature, including the inherent power of cognition and desire of God, is called Adhyatma. The creative power of God that causes manifestation of living entities is called Karma. Mortal beings are called Adhibhut. The expansions of divine personality are called divine beings. I am the super soul residing inside every cell of living beings as the supreme controller, O Arjun. The one who remembers me exclusively, even while leaving the body at the time of death, attains me. There is no doubt about it. Remembering whatever object one leaves the body at the end of life, one attains that object, O Arjun. Because of constant thought of that object, one remembers that object at the end of life and achieves it. Therefore, always remember me and do your duty. You shall certainly attain me if your mind and intellect are ever focused on me. By contemplating on me with an unwavering mind that is disciplined by the practices of meditation, one who attains the Supreme Being, O Arjun, one who meditates on the Supreme Being as the omniscient, the oldest, the controller, smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest, sustainer of everything, the inconceivable, self-luminous like the sun and beyond material reality, at the time of death with steadfast mind and devotion, making the flow of bio-impulses like forces pran rise up to the middle of two eyebrows by the power of yoga and holding there, attains the supreme divine person. I shall briefly explain the process to attain the supreme abode that the knowers of the Veda call immutable, into which the ascetics freed from attachment enter and desiring which people lead a life of celibacy. When one leaves the physical body by controlling all the senses, focusing the mind on God, engaged in yogic practices, meditating on me and uttering Om, the sacred monosyllable sound power of eternal being, one attains the supreme abode. I am easily attainable, O Arjun, by that ever steadfast yogi who always think of and whose mind does not go elsewhere. After attaining me, the great souls do not incur rebirth in this miserable transitory world, because they have attained the highest perfection. The dwellers of all the worlds up to and including the world of Brahma, the Creator, are subject to the miseries of repeated birth and death. But after attaining me, O Arjun, one does not take birth again. Those who know that the day of the Creator, Brahma, lasts 1000 yugs, and that his night also lasts 1000 yugs. They are the knowers of the day and night. All manifestations come out of the primary material nature at the arrival of the day of Brahma, the creative power, and they again merge into the same at the coming of Brahma's night. The same multitude of beings comes into existence again and again at the arrival of the day of the Creator, and are annihilated inevitably at the arrival of Brahma's night. There is another eternal existence higher than the changeable material nature that does not perish when all created beings perish. This is called the eternal being. This is also said to be the supreme abode. Those who attain my supreme abode do not take birth again. This supreme abode, O Arjun, is attainable by unswerving devotion to me, within which all the being exist and by which all this universe is pervaded. O Arjun, now I shall describe different paths departing by which after death the yogis do or do not come back, passing gradually after death through celestial controllers of fire, light, daytime, the bright lunar fortnight, and the 6 months of northern solstice of the sun. Yogis who know the self attain supreme abode and do not come back to the earth. passing gradually after death through celestial controllers of smoke, night, the dark lunar fortnight, and the 6 months of southern solstice of the sun, and the righteous person attains heaven and comes back to the earth again. The path of light of self-knowledge and the path of darkness of ignorance are thought to be the world's two eternal paths. The former leads to salvation and the latter leads to rebirth. Knowing these two paths, O Arjun, a yogi is not bewildered at all. Therefore, O Arjun, be steadfast in yoga with me at all times. The yogi who knows all this goes beyond getting the benefits of the study of the Vedas, performance of sacrifices, austerities and charities, and attains my supreme eternal abode. So here the chapter number 8 summary of Srimad Bhagwad Gita ends. Hope you enjoyed it, and अगर आपको अच्छी लग रही है वीडियोस तो प्लीज़ चैनल को ज़रूर से सब्सक्राइब कर देना, और मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट चैप्टर की श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की समरी में. ओके जी, जय श्री कृष्णा.